Well, you're in luck because we got some more book recommendations coming at you from my very own, my lord of the land here, Newsom.
It's Newsom science, baby!
This was hilarious.
So Gavin Newsom tweeted out a photo of himself reading some books.
By the way, for those who are just listening, this is the weirdest, most awkward, skeeziest looking thing any politic. I mean, it's so he might as well have been holding the book upside down. It looks so fake. He's sitting in a chair at a dinner table with a plate in front of him, no food. Will you stay on the picture so I can describe it? With his weird, his like slicked back hair, and he's kind of lounging, leaning back. His eyebrows are slightly furled, as if to say he's lost in contemplation.
On page 4.
Yeah, right. Yes, he's at the very beginning of the book.
Yeah.
And he's got his elbow on the table and his hand just gently resting on his chin.
His inquisitive look
such
of curiosity and deep thought.
Yeah, the classic, like if an alien came down and looked at that, it's just the classic body language for like, I'm not actually reading this. I just want to.
I want the moment on social media. I want to look smart on social. So you take a picture of me reading these books.
It is so transparent. I don't know how anybody does not loathe this man.
Well, the book he's holding is Beloved by Toni Morrison, and it's a story that was written in 1987, a novel by the American writer Toni Morrison, set after the American Civil War. So it's got a lot to do with the slavery topic and everything else.
Yeah. He's so woke. Yeah.
Well, I think it's signaling here because part of the news cycle here. This is a AP California reparations plan advances movement, advocates say. So how Detroit had done like a little plan or a test run with the reparations.
Yep. Right.
Well, California's picking up sort of, I guess not where they left off. I guess alongside Detroit, the state's reparation task force tackled the divisive issue of which black residents should be eligible and narrowly decided in favor of limiting compensation to the descendants of free and enslaved black people who were in the U.S. in the 19th century. Oh, yeah, this is just a long whole thing that explains it. But
who cares?
Yeah.
Look at the other books that he has stacked.
Yes, let's go back to the books.
just to add to the the simulation that he's presenting us here, that he is sort of thoughtfully reading all these books.
So he's got To Kill a Mockingbird, which, okay, yeah.
Oh.
I think that was required reading for me in high school.
Read it in high school. Yeah. Okay. I mean, fine book. Nothing wrong with the book.
But he's really trying
maybe he
to
skipped it in high school.
Maybe. No, I wouldn't be surprised. And below that, George Orwell's 1984. What do you think he's trying to say?
This was revealed on a tweet, correct?
This is his Twitter account.
Yeah.
Verified. Let me read his tweet.
Yeah. Okay.
He says, he says, reading some banned books to figure out what these states are so afraid of.
And the hilarious part is that at some point, I don't know if it's still the case, but we reported on it a few years ago. California banned those books in I believe they were elementary schools and middle schools.
Really? I didn't know. I mean, I read 1984 in high school, so I... Oh,
I know. I'm saying recently.
Was that before? Okay, so recently. I didn't know that.
I was a little bit confused because, maybe I need to look up the details.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up here on a little pre-search.
This was maybe 2016. Maybe we talked about this, maybe a little bit later. Because of course that's just gold for this show. We went off about it, or maybe it was somebody was talking about it, or a bill was being voted on, or something. California notorious for banning books.
Here we go. This is from Newsweek 2020. November 13th. The headline: To Kill a Mockingbird, other books banned from California schools over racism concerns.
That's what it was, right?
Of Mice and Men. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Yes, of Mice and Men, Hear Me Cry. I guess 1984 was included in that too.
Yes, and Mouse. People are think that Mouse is on the bottom of the pile. Do you remember the book
of
Mouse?
Mice and Men is on the list here.
No, Mouse. Okay, there was. He has a list.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at the list from the article, but maybe I can't tell what book that.
Oh, you're talking about the banned ones. I'm asking you. Do you know Mouse? M-A-U-S.
No,
yeah.
I do not.
So this was a book that was also banned, I believe, in California. Whereas, I'll just read it here. Mouse is a nonfiction book presented in the graphic novel style, written by American cartoonist Art Spiegelman, Syria, blah, blah, blah. It's about Nazis, and it's told in mouse form. And it also was banned. Now, people are looking at this and think that Mouse is in the pile, but you can't really see like what the bottom couple books are. How do you spell
it? Is it M-A-U-S?
M-A-U-S.
Yeah, I think it is that. It's because it says Art. It looks like a graphic novel. It says
Art Spiegelman down there?
Yeah, Art Spiegelman, yeah. So
so there you go. Again, he's got a stack of books that have been banned in his state, making a comment about how he's reading them, wondering why other states have banned them. He's just a clown. I don't understand. Cool state you got there, Gonz.
He has 115,000 likes. He's got crazy engagement on this thing. I mean, it works. It works. And part of the California situation here, under the authority of Newsom, this is NBCnews.com. Biggest fraud in a generation. The looting of the COVID relief plan known as PPP. We've reported on this before.
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning. Just to point out the sentence here. They came into their riches, of the people that bought a whole bunch of stuff. I have a clip of this too. I'll play it in a second. They came into their riches by participating in what experts say is the theft of as much as $80 billion, or about 10% of the $800 billion handed out in COVID relief plan known as the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP. That's on top of the $90 billion. Look at this range, $90 billion to $400 billion. I think that was the range when we reported it too, because it sounds familiar. Remember how ridiculous we were like, that's ridiculous, 90 to 400 billion.
It's just an obscene amount of money
from the $900 billion COVID unemployment relief program, and then at least half taken by international fraudsters, and another $80 billion potentially pilfered from a separate COVID disaster relief program. So all that stuff, and there's an update on all of this because they now have a task force trying to go back and make right on some of it. And what happened to my clip? Here we go. Sorry.
Where are you, Clip?
I thought I had this all ready to go, and I guess I don't. Oh, where is it? Oh, no. Did I not bounce the track? No. Uh-oh. I might not have it.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I thought I had it. I mean, I do have it, but I would have to sit there and wait for it to, bounce and actually export.
Forgot to bounce.
Wait,
I get
hold on. Here it is. I did not forget. Sorry. There it is.
Over the last 2 years, the federal government approved a historic $5 trillion in pandemic assistance for struggling Americans, small businesses, and healthcare providers. But now investigators say hundreds of billions have been lost to fraud.
This $3.5 million Florida mansion seized by the IRS was bought with taxpayer dollars that were supposed to rescue American jobs and small businesses. The buyer got $7 million from the federal government, allegedly claiming he had 400 employees. According to prosecutors, he had none. Michael Horowitz is the top cop overseeing the effort to make sure the $5 trillion in taxpayer dollars went to the right place. This is his first interview in his role as the head of the Pandemic Response Accountability Committee.
When the Small Business Administration, in sending that money out, basically said to people, apply and sign and tell us that you're really entitled to the money. And of course, for fraudsters, that's an invitation.
Raising questions as to how they got the money in the first place, Congress now investigating Bluevine, one of the third-party service providers who processed billions in loans and touted that a business could get loan approval in 5 minutes.
What didn't happen was even minimal checks to make sure that the money was getting to the right people at the right time.
One of their data scientists in California programs computers to find discrepancies.
She programs computers, Basil, to find discrepancies.
To find discrepancies.
It's basically impossible for humans to go through it by hand. It would take way too much time.
We have our data scientists pouring through those records, looking for anomalies, matching addresses.
These are people who are betting on the fact that you may not be looking.
And what we're here to tell them is we're looking.
So as a little warning out to those people that frauded the government of the billions of dollars, there's a data scientist who programs computers that are going to find you. Beware.
Yeah, and I'm sure that data scientist is above reproach when it comes to the corruption and bribes that it would take to get her to overlook. Like, if I have an extra billion laying around, I could cut off a chunk for this lady to program the computer to not look at me.
Can't find anything, sir.
You know, and it's really fun because, as I mentioned last episode, I've been listening to the new Confessions of the Economic Hitman.
Yeah.
And the new version ends with kind of a lot of woo-woo type of stuff, which, okay. But the rest of the book is great.
Oops, sorry.
Itchy trigger finger there. And, more or less, it does a wonderful job of describing just how much more America is a business than it is a country. And, leadership of the country just uses the country to, make money. That's the whole point. The whole thing is about making money. That's the American dream. Right. And wars are fought and this and that and governments toppled and all for the financial interests of, when you boiled it down, to individuals in our country. And so the idea that, our $900 billion COVID relief would be used strictly, not for relief, but mostly just to sort of pour money into the system, make people a bunch of money, and then whoopsie daisies, we'll figure it out, don't worry, we'll make a kind of a scary commercial about it that we're coming for you, and then that'll
this lady
pretty
that
much
programs computers is gonna find you.
Here's her name and her job, and you just go ahead and send her a check if you want to get away.